What I'll be sharing with you today is what's called Yoga Nidra, and it kind of is a nice combination of both. It's a very restorative, relaxing yoga practice, and I find I can use this when I'm having trouble sleeping, or sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and I have trouble getting back to sleep. And so then I'll just, listen to this, and I can find myself in a really relaxed place, and then I do fall asleep most of the time. So one of the things is it is said that with Yoga Nidra, for every hour, it's the same as having 4 hours of sleep. So the practice I'm going to share with you today is about 25 to 30 minutes, and it'll be recorded so you can come back to it anytime. And I just want to give you a little bit of overview of what to expect in today's practice. So first, I'll invite you to sit in a relaxed position. Generally, the idea is to get super comfy, and so generally people do this in a reclined position, so laying down, but you can also do it seated. So as long as you feel comfortable and you're relaxed, it really doesn't matter. But what I've set up here is a little bit of a, a station of what I would set it up for myself, and sometimes I'm laying in bed when I do it too, so that's really nice. And if you want to do it in a seating position, you can of course sit in a chair. You want to make sure you have a nice long relaxed spine. I have a meditation cushion, and I will show you what that would look like. So this is my setup. And then after I, have you sit in this nice relaxed position, I'll invite you to close your eyes. And if that feels comfortable to you, definitely, that's an option. If it's not something that's comfortable for you, try to keep a soft gaze, so that way you can remain inward with this. And then after that, we will go through a process where first I will ask you to set an intention for your practice. So something super simple, something that you totally feel you can accomplish today. An example would be, I show myself compassion today, or I make healthier food choices today. I meet myself with acceptance today. Or perhaps you want to dedicate your practice to someone else you think is in need of that. So those are different options. During the practice, you need to do nothing else other than focus on the sound of my voice. And you don't even really have to worry about working hard to pay attention. I know that sounds strange, but it's meant to be an effortless practice. If you lose track of my voice, if you fall asleep, if you hear background sounds, that's all normal and it's all okay. So with that, after you listen to the sound of my voice and you've set your intention, we'll do a little breath work. So you'll focus on your breath, and I'll lead you through a little bit of a breath work exercise, and I will have you focus particularly on 4 areas of your body. And then I'll have you count back from 27 to 1. And you might lose track. I know oftentimes I'll count back and I get to number 23 and I don't remember where I was. It doesn't matter. It's fine. Just start again at 27, and don't even worry if you don't make it to 1. I might move on, and it's totally fine. And then I will actually have you pay attention to a variety of different points in your body, and just bring awareness to them. You don't have to do anything. Just notice, and notice what that sensation feels like. After that, then I will mention some images from nature, and I'd like you to think about visualizing what those look like, and really try to engage as many senses as possible. What does it smell like? What does it look like? What are the colors? What might it taste like even? So try to engage all of those different senses during this practice. So I'm going to show you my space here and how I would get comfortable for this. And then feel free, if at any time during the practice you're uncomfortable, you need to make adjustments, totally fine. Just find whatever it is that makes you comfortable. Okay, so let's move to the space. What I have here is I have a blanket that I like to put underneath my knees. And then I kind of like the heels of my feet to touch the floor, like the mat. So sometimes if it doesn't reach, I can put another little towel or blanket under that. And then I take a blanket and put it under my head. So sometimes you have to jiggle this around a little bit. So I would move this up a little bit and then have the blanket come under my head, and then the other blanket under my knees, and my heels are touching, and I'm very happy in this position. From here, I would keep my hands right here. You can keep them on your belly if that feels comfortable. And if laying down is not working for you today, you can of course sit up. And I'll show you that in a second. At the end of practice, I will have you roll onto one side. So if you're lying down, you can roll onto one side and then gently push yourself up to a seated position, and then we will come here. Now, if you were going to be in a seated position and that's what works best for you, you can have a pillow, a cushion, again, rolled up blankets or folded up blankets. And I find that like this, I can kind of sit myself up and have my body feels secure and sturdy, but I'm relaxed. My spine is straight with a nice little soft curve at the base, and this is a comfortable place for me. So now that you're here and you found your position that you're most comfortable with, I invite you to close your eyes here or keep a soft gaze and just yield into the earth, right? Let's just ground ourselves in where we're at. And notice all the places where your body is touching the earth and where you can feel that contact. And once you notice all those parts, can you yield a little bit more? Can you let the earth support you? Support precedes action. And in this case, our action is to rest. So yield in, and without judgment, see if you notice any sensory information around you. Perhaps you notice a change in temperature. Perhaps there are noises in the distance. Just let them pass, no judgment. All that is okay. Perhaps you notice some voices that are even closer to you or noises that are closer to you, depending on the environment that you're in. And just notice. And then if you're inward at this point, notice what's going on with your own body. What are the sensations and sounds in your own body? Maybe there's digestion noises. And let's come to the breathing. What are you noticing with your breathing? What do you hear? And what does it feel like? And notice the qualities of your breath. Again, without judgment, just feel the breath riding in and bringing the body what it needs. And then on the out breath, release all that does not serve you. This is a process of renewal and release. So renewal on the in-breath, bringing in new things, and on the exhale, letting out everything that doesn't serve us. And at this point, set your intention for your practice today. And now that you have that intention, I want you to bring awareness to various parts of your body. Again, no judgment. Just noticing and bringing awareness. So start by bringing awareness to the space between your eyebrows, then to the base of the throat, your right shoulder, right elbow, right wrist, right thumb, tip of the right first finger, tip of the right second finger, tip of the right third finger, tip of the right small finger, right wrist, right elbow, right shoulder, the base of the throat, left shoulder, left elbow, left wrist, left thumb, tip of the left first finger, tip of the left second finger, tip of the left third finger, and tip of the left small finger, left wrist, left elbow, left shoulder, base of the throat, heart center, center of the right chest, heart center, center of the left chest, heart center, navel center, center of the pelvis, right hip, right knee, right ankle, right large toe, tip of right second toe, tip of right third toe, tip of right fourth toe, and tip of the right small toe, right ankle, right knee, right hip, center of the pelvis, left hip, left knee, left ankle, left large toe, tip of the left second toe, tip of the left third toe, tip of the left fourth toe, tip of left small toe, left ankle, left knee, left hip, center of pelvis, the navel center, the heart center, the base of the throat, space between your eyebrows. Notice where your breath is at. Perhaps you feel your breath at the base of your nose, maybe further up the bridge. Notice any sensations there. Begin by focusing your inhale coming in from the left nostril and going out the right nostril. Then up the right nostril and out the left. In through the left and out through the right. In through the right and out through the left. In through the left and out through the right. And in through the right nostril and out through the left. Notice where your breath is at, and continue to let your breath just be natural, And just notice where you feel any sensations. Now bring your awareness to your navel center and breathe into that space. Your navel center is where the home of your fire is and how you digest, not just food, but also your thoughts and experiences. At your navel center, count from 27 down to 1. And again, if you lose track, just simply begin again. Yeah, you may or may not have reached 1, and that's okay. Release awareness of breath in this space and move it to your heart center. Notice that as you inhale, the lungs fill and wrap around the heart. And on the exhale, they empty and there's space around the heart. This area is a very profound place, and it's the home of you, and where love resides and forgiveness is found. And see how it feels to drop your awareness deep into the space. And again, start from 27 down to 1. Now you may or may not have reached 1, and that's okay. Release awareness in this space. And now bring it to the base of your throat. This is the home of your voice and how you move through the world. Feel the soft touch of your breath as it resides here. And again, count from 27 down to 1. Now you may or may not have reached one, but that's okay. Release your awareness there, and now bring it to the space between your eyebrows. This is the place that is a gate that leads to your inner wisdom. And in here, count from 27 down to 1. Now you may or may not have reached 1, and that's okay. Bring your awareness to your whole body now, and how it's connected to the earth. The whole body is yielding into the earth, and the earth is supporting it. Think about your breath emanating through your whole body. Now I will mention some images from nature, and use all your senses to visualize each image. A dense, rich forest. A just picked orange. A mountain peak. Pink clouds floating. A waterfall. A crisp apple. Fresh fallen snow. A bird chirping in a tree. A field of wildflowers. Now I invite you to come back to that intention that you set at the beginning of this practice. Say it to yourself silently 3 times, without judgment and without alteration. And we'll rest here for a few minutes. Notice any sensations in your body. Notice the sound of your own breath. And how your body is in contact with the earth. Notice any sounds that are more distant. Notice the temperature in the room. Notice the sensation of your breath. And of your body yielding into the earth, supported by the earth. Notice your whole body contact. And then bring attention to your fingers and your toes. Bring awareness back there. You might want to wiggle them around a little bit. Bring your awareness back to the space that you're in, the room. Take a full natural inhale and exhale. Roll onto one side of your body. And then slowly and gently at your pace, move to a seated position. Press the palms of your hands to your heart center. And here, find one thing that you are grateful for today. And say that to yourself. Something that you're truly grateful for. Acknowledge it silently. And try to carry this feeling with you throughout the rest of your day. Namaste. And thank you all for joining me.